Hey guys, Gino here from jakeandgino.com. On this week's TFAT, I'm going to be concentrating on something that I call my $300,000 mistake. Now, was it a mistake? It was a huge mistake back then. Wish I had been more educated, but without that mistake, I wouldn't be here today talking to you guys. Sometimes a mistake is a blessing in disguise. Let me describe to you what I did wrong so maybe you can avoid these problems and these issues. Go on to jakeandgino.com, get some more information on how to avoid these issues. But let me go over the 4 or 5 main issues that what I did wrong. First thing that I did wrong with this property was I fell in love with the property. Never, ever, ever fall in love with an investment or a property. Basically, what a property investment is, it's a vehicle to get you from point A to point B. Don't fall in love with the property, fall in love with the numbers. If the numbers work, then it's an investment that you should actually consider. It's just basically an asset. You're trying to put money in your pocket. I fell in love with it. Beautiful building, just great amenities. I just love the property. Unfortunately, that was my first big mistake. Second mistake was where I invested, there was no job growth. You really have to invest in an area where there's job growth. Up here in New York, back in 07, 08 when I purchased, there was basically no job growth. So there's no jobs coming in, so there's no demand for the actual rentals that I had in that spot. The third one is I overfixed. Now, a lot of you guys do this, fix and flippers especially, they overfix a property. But even us guys who own multifamilies, we go in there, we start doing rock retaining walls, we start putting in these amenities that these tenants really don't need, and it just costs us money. You really have to watch your budget. I overfixed this property. That's where most of my downfall came. Needed to get it up to snuff. If I had done my actual due diligence before I bought the property and done it properly, I could have gotten repair allowances, I could have gotten the price down even further to put those repairs into place. I bought the property without the due diligence. That's another big mistake that I made. This property didn't have any fire sprinkler systems in, didn't have a properly functioning water system in there. This stuff should have been taken care of. It was my mistake. It was actually the lawyer's mistake, but ultimately it falls upon the investor to take responsibility. I've taken responsibility, fixed everything up, brought everything up back to code, but that's something that you really have to be careful of, doing your due diligence. And the other one is I overpaid. I mean, that's basically how I got stuck with it. I overpaid for the property. If I had paid a good price for it, less than what I should have, I probably would be okay right now. Wouldn't have then been down $300,000, but I still would have been down a little bit. But Jake and Gino, we can teach you how to buy these properties properly and to avoid this $300,000 mistake. Thanks, guys, for listening. We'll see you on the next TFAT.